with Keanu Reeves and was dealing with big budgets and a lot of money. And then we had a young lady who was a fashion model who was really thought-provoking and quite bright and fun to talk to. And the question that presented itself, because Jei had been dealing with some financiers at the time, was what would you do with $1 billion? And immediately the mentor jumped in and said, well, no one can, instantly deal with $1 billion. It's absolutely impossible. And so I claimed I could. And I was told I couldn't, but I argued my point, and I'd like to hear what each one of you would do if you had $1 billion. Can we hold on one second?
Definitely, I will make a.
Hold on. They're reloading there. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I think it's a nice restaurant. I'm kidding. I will definitely follow my dream about movie. And that's all. Definitely, there are so many people. Actually, they need to get help, finance, but there is only 40% of the money is moving now in the world. So I will definitely generate that money to be not the dead money, to using it to create more for the people.
I like that you wouldn't be a hoarder. I think that's nice.
That's what I like.
So you'd put it back out on the market somehow. That's nice. How about you, Valerie? What would you do with $1 billion?
I would try, well, I would definitely make like at least 10 albums. I would want to make a lot.
Well, that would probably use just a few million according to my experts.
I know, so I'd want to really produce a lot of music and hire a lot of musicians and also do things with film. I really would love.
You can't put the rest of it in your mattress. Not allowed.
But I'd love to do, I really want to do musical theater films, like epic music cinema films. And I have a best friend that I've had for 27 years, and he and I have done 3 film projects, and now he's in India writing films. And I would love to commission him to do big projects and write some big movie musicals. I also would want a lot of give some money to Israel, just because I have special connections to Israel and to my Jewish roots. I'd want to give a lot of money to reestablishing power and peace and productivity. And I definitely would want to buy a brownstone. I've lived in this like small 1-bedroom in Soho, and sometimes I want a bigger space. So I always dream of having a home that's big with different floors. But thank God, if I had a lot of money, I just would try to do a lot of service with the world and give to people in need and produce a lot of art. I love painting. I have dreams of having a show that I'm performing in with paintings that I've made and with music videos to do multi-dimensional, multi-level art experiences, which I do think take a lot of money to produce. So I'd like to just to manifest my dreams.
According to my experts, and that was really good, by the way, according to my experts, that would be like a couple $100 million. But we're still, they kept telling me impossible, you can't do it. And I'm like, yeah, I could. That was really awesome. And how about you, Claude? $1 billion.
Yeah, no.
What do you do with it?
Well, the first thing I do is I hook my mother up. I buy, like you said, a brownstone, and her and all her animals in the village. Just let her, because she's an old hippie. Really,
Love that.
And I'm a younger hippie. But after that, I would. The first thing that comes to mind is. Children and animals. I would. I like what you said about. You're right. I mean, people literally are hoarding cash, in banks. So when it does happen, they're fine. But I would. It's not just about giving people money. It's learning teaching them to learn to, take care of themselves. But a lot of people already do can take care of themselves, but they're not allowed to.
Our industry is at an all-time low right now.
I might see if I can buy a really big island and just, everybody that wants to come, and just.
Have your own communist nation. That
No,
would be-
not just everybody just will be themselves, and we'll just make it so we can subsist on our own, we generate our own economy, etc.
I went to a place in Arizona called Arcasante. Has anyone ever heard of that? It's this really interesting town that is self-building and creating. It's an architect from Italy started it named Arcasante, or his last name is Sante, I believe. And the people that go and live there have to continue to build the village within his style. And they make these beautiful clay bells that they sell to the outer world. But the rest of the village is entirely self-sufficient. Like they make their, everyone has their role within the village, and it's quite stunning. Yeah, look it up online. It's quite interesting. But kind of along the concept of your island.
Another thing I have is I don't know if I was a battered woman in a former lifetime or something, but it's a big thing.
You're cheating. You're